How's it going, Savage Life family? Today we're going to be talking about ICP, Internet Computer Protocol, I believe it stands for, and if you should buy this at this price point, if it's a deal, and what the future looks like for ICP. Now, Internet Computer is a blockchain-powered public network that provides a limitless environment for smart contracts that run at web speed, as of the name Internet Computer. It scales and helps to reduce computing costs. Now, ICP is a token which is used as a voting ticket as well as canister fees to run applications and websites on the Internet Computer. So it's not to be confused with a store of value coin like Ethereum Classic or Bitcoin or Litecoin in that case. It is a voting ticket. Now, the Internet is itself created by a decentralized protocol called IP, Internet Protocol, which is how you're viewing this video and how you're able to browse the web. Now, that weaves together millions of private networks to form a single global network that is highly resilient and easy to use. The Internet Computer is similarly created by a decentralized protocol, this time of the blockchain variety called ICP, which weaves together the compute capacity of special node machines installed by data centers around the world to create a unified, easy to use, seamless universe that hosts an evolution of smart contract software and its data. Now, what it does, it allows users to create apps, websites, and other web-based services used as a way to recreate the web, but in an even more decentralized form. Now, on this network, there is a fee for every single interaction, but users can interact on ICP without holding tokens. Now, whoever is running the canister pays the fees using ICP, whether it be an individual developer or a software company. For an example, if you're browsing the webs like YouTube or Google, there's somebody behind running that website and they're pretty much paying to run the website. Same with how ICP would be used. Now, the technology allows anyone to use its blockchain technology to create apps and lets them do an end run around the big tech companies. They claim to resolve all the crypto's current ongoing problems, and these claims include the speed of cryptocurrency, its ability to scale quickly, which is the problem ongoing with ETH currently because it's so congested, and its ability to drastically reduce computing costs. Now, it has the potential to replace our everyday internet with something much more efficient and safe, but to do so, they are going to be at war with the current tech giants. Who are those current tech giants? Microsoft, Apple, Google. Those are the guys that ICP is currently up against. Do you believe they could truly win that battle? I don't know. It's going to be a tough battle, but their technology is truly innovating, and if the world switches over to cryptocurrency, then ICP could possibly win that battle. Now, on May 10th, ICP made its official debut on Coinbase. It skyrocketed on opening and made the top 10 crypto list and boasted a market capitalization over $45 billion, hitting that $630 mark. Now, what that means is that somebody ended up buying ICP at $630. So I hope they ended up getting rid of it, because if you're holding ICP at $630, you're going to be bag holding it for quite some time. This is why I typically don't like to buy my coins on listing, and I like coins to build a sort of credit repertoire before I hop into it and invest. So I pretty much give it like a year before I hop in as to why I have not invested into ICP at the moment. But there are plenty of other reasons why, and before I hop into that, let's talk about the data centers. Now, Internet Computer is powered by 48 data centers from Europe, Asia, and North America, which are currently running at 1,300 nodes, which is quite a lot. Now, this is extremely important because it means the network is nuke proof, meaning if Europe is nuked, which will probably have bigger problems to worry about. But if Europe is nuked, the network won't be shut down because there are still data centers in Asia and North America, and if vice versa, if Asia or North America ends up getting nuked. Now that's extremely important when you're creating an internet protocol, because you don't want it to just be focused in data centers in one place, because that could make it extremely vulnerable. Now, the only thing stopping crypto from being fully decentralized is the way we access our crypto, through the broad internet, who's controlled by a handful of tech giants. Like when you go to check your portfolios, your crypto wallets, you have to access the web, and doing so means you're accessing a centralized network. Now let's look at the negatives, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows, and this is where I disagree with ICP. It's a closed source network, meaning the software's publishers reserve some rights from licensees to use, modify, share modifications, or share the software. Now this could lead to lots of governance issues, but I'll get into that later. The cycle tokens are backed by a currency created by the International Monetary Fund, and 25% of ICP was sold to a few hundred people. Now on top of that, the Divinity Foundation has 188 members, and they control another 24% of the tokens. Now this is important because it's a proof of stake blockchain, meaning that the block transactions are validated by the amount of coins a miner holds. The Divinity Foundation willingly locked their tokens for a 8-year period. The longer you lock your ICP, the more voting power you have, and the more ICP coins you are rewarded from inflation, meaning they are able to compound these coins over and over again. What it means is that Divinity has total control over ICP as time goes on, which is why I don't trust ICP with its governance algorithms to give votes to the highest bidders. It will create another monopoly in due time. Now ICP has no supply cap currently, with a diminishing annual inflation rate at 10%. And when using their network, a identity is needed to use to log in, and a wallet is given to you. What does that mean? That you go under that same identity no matter wherever you log in. If you were to log into their network in a computer cafe across the world, you would need your identity to be able to log in and use their network. You can see where privacy issues lie. Even though they say their system is not tamper-proof, some people might not agree where you only have one identity to access their network. On top of that, they advocate being able to change their code at will in extreme cases by saying, quote unquote, if code can be overridden by communities in these extreme cases like the Ethereum DAO hack, then why not also in extreme cases where life and limb are at stake? Then they proceeded to use an example like a human trafficking website being used on their internet protocol, and if data was expelled out the network by changing their base layer codes, which is completely against the whole immutability aspect, which I like to advocate for personally. So it sort of threw me off. Now, for those who don't know how immutability plays into crypto, think of it this way. Immutability for the blockchain means it remains unchanged and unalterable. That's how smart contracts are trusted, because they're going to do what it is meant to do. Meaning, in a real world situation example, if the smart contract says I bet $50 if it's sunny outside tomorrow morning, and I'm correct, then the contract will release the $50 doing what it's designed to do. But if it's alterable, then somebody with the power can come along and rewrite the code while I'm sleeping, removing the contract sunny outside to rainy outside, and defeating the entire purpose of the contract. So that's what happens when you're able to willingly change the code, and I don't agree with that aspect of ICP. Now, looking at the very much price point, is it at a value at these prices, I would wait for it to dip between $30 to $20, and that would be an absolute steal, but that's just me being greedy. Under $40 is still a deal for ICP if you believe it can change the future. Now, I personally am not choosing to invest into ICP as it goes against my decentralization beliefs. But you are your own person at the end of the day, and you could choose to either invest or not invest. It's completely up to you. So if you guys enjoyed this update, smash that like as it helps with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe. I'll be sure to catch you guys on the next update. Later.
Again.